walking into a home that is truly accessible, what do you think your first thought would be?
Sorry. To just make life normal, as normal as it can be. At the moment we're in a motel and we've been there 7 months and we're in a small room. So Chanel has Rett syndrome. They're born seemingly normal but regress and lose skills that they've learnt and go on to have seizures, scoliosis, breathing dysfunctions. We were living with, I thought was a friend. They decided that they couldn't cope with us being there, which I understood. Chanel was basically put on the street. Sorry. Waiting for 7 months in a room that's not, you know, it's doable, but it's not acceptable really. She's kind of stuck in one position. She can't move around the room. And then I've got my grandson who's 1.5 and he's growing up in a room 6 by 6 with a tiny little space to play.
In terms of accessibility for Chanel, what were your first thoughts as you came into the place?
We could make it in the door, which is a good thing. That's a good start.
Step, yeah. In New Zealand, 24%, that's 1 in 4 people, self-identified that they had a disability that had an impact on their daily lives. We've got to think about how we provide services and how we build houses to meet the needs of 1 in 4 people. Door handles that are easy to use, knock them down, you know, so we don't have to sort of grab hold of the knobs and things like that.
And that's handy when
you've got other things going, multiple things happening, and you've got to just
Yeah.
get that door open. This particular room has level access going outside. When we look at this home again, Green Homes development, it's a home in the private sector, and when we look at the requirements of people in social housing, public housing, a lot of the design elements that are found in this home could well be used in a social housing setting.
We need to probably go down the social housing route because I'm getting older, Chanel's getting older. Her dad passed away 4 years ago, so he's not around to help. And it's not what I want to do, but it's kind of what we have to do. To find a rental in the first place is almost impossible. And then once you find one, they're not very often happy to have it modified, and then funding also doesn't, they usually won't fund a home that you don't permanently live in. Even if they're accessible to get into, then the bathrooms are, well, I've never come across a rental that the bathroom's accessible.
For it to be an accessible bathroom, we'd probably make some adaptation. We'd probably take out this area just to open the space up a little bit. It gives you then a good turning circle, gives you easy access to the toilet.
This is more like it, nice and open. Yeah, was that nice? They need to be building them like this and more. They need to be one level, they need to have widened doorways, they need to have accessible bathrooms, accessible driveways. Yeah, there's a whole multitude of things that they need, and they're just not doing it.
How do you feel about entering the social housing process?
Oh, it's the last thing I want to do. But for Chanel, it's a have to. Kind of feel like degraded, and we just want to get on with our lives. And at least with private housing, you can choose where you live, you can choose how many bedrooms, you can choose basically anything you want, but we don't have that choice.